Even though the Namibian wildlife and environment conservation model has been hailed as a success story worldwide, awareness on endangered predators is still lacking among communities. One of the endangered predators the country is home to is the free-ranging population of the African wild dog, which is estimated to be at a critical low level of between 300 and 600 animals. Their existence is increasingly threatened by human-wildlife conflict. Commonly known as the spotted or painted wolves, the African wild dog is probably the only wild animal which requires vast intact wildlife areas to maintain population viability. As a result, they can only persist in countries with relatively low human population densities and is also triggered by human encroachment in their habitat. Namibia and Botswana are currently the only countries in the world known to be conserving the remaining African wild dog species. Here at Nankuse, there is a 15-member pack in a camp kept for viewing by visiting tourists for the past 4 years. As an attempt not to domesticate the predators, the wildlife sanctuary owners keep them as wild as possible by feeding them once or twice a week horse meat. Dr. Rudy van Vieren tells me that wild dog conservation is much more than just confining it to tourism activities. So what other value does this painted carnivore have?
There's no viewing value to them. Hunters don't want to hunt them because they're not trophies. So there's no hunting value to them. And that's just one of the things. Us humans, we conserve something when there's value to it. And so for them, at the moment, there's no value. So the little bit of awareness we create with you guys coming here, filming them, having the opportunity to see wild dogs, tourists coming here and saying, oh, is this a wild dog? That creates a bit of awareness, that creates a bit of conservation drive.
Conserving the African wild dog is something that Namibia cannot pride itself with just yet, as they remain highly at risk of persecution, especially by private landowners. Now, this is despite the fact that given the country's vast land scale, that can serve as natural and ideal habitat for these dogs. All packs conserved in Namibia are in captivity. Apart from the Nankuse Wildlife Sanctuary, the Agriculture, Water and Forestry Ministry recently designated 150,000 hectares of suitable African wild dog habitat in Tumkwe district for small stock development and another 150,000 hectares in eastern Kavango adjacent to Kaudom National Park. This was to ensure minimal human-wildlife conflict, especially with small livestock farmers who view the dogs as a threat to their animals. Dr. van Vieren says even though these efforts are commendable, there is still much awareness to be done regarding farmers' attitude towards this species in order to develop realistic and appropriate mitigation techniques.
For instance, just kraling your young cattle from the age of 0 to 3 months will make a big difference. But I think there's sometimes a problem with us humans. We think we are the only species on the planet. So we just leave the livestock and we leave everything to go on, and we expect the carnivores not to kill them.
The sanctuary is now conducting research and monitors the wild dogs which are believed to be migrating along Kaudom, the Mangeti and Etosha areas to determine the exact population numbers of these animals.